Paradise Lost. This is the story of San Diego, a once great city. I'm Bill Walton, and I'm a San Diego native. I'm a lifelong resident. I'm an engaged citizen. I'm a voter, and I'm a taxpayer. San Diego, this once great city, is in crisis. We have simultaneous homeless crisis, humanitarian crises, public health crises. These are all the result of a leadership crisis. Success in anything, in a group dynamic, a team setting, a city, a community, whatever, success is always a result of effective leadership. Conversely, failure is a result of lack of leadership. And when there's failure, it's the fault and responsibility of the leader. Being part of a team, a community, a group, and a city, that's a privilege. It carries with it duty, obligation, and responsibility. Some of the first lessons of responsibility are clean up after yourself. Or how about protecting the rights of others regarding shared public space? This story of our once great city started for me 69 years ago. I was born in San Diego. I grew up in Balboa Park. When I was 26 years old, 43 years ago, we found our family dream home in Hillcrest on the north end of Balboa Park. It was the people, it was the facilities, it was the possibilities and opportunities that were just endlessly positive and so full of hope. It was my dream. It's an iconic neighborhood, eclectic, and very densely populated. As densely populated a community and neighborhood as there is in all of San Diego. And there's always Balboa Park. And our immediate neighbors, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts, Roosevelt Middle School, the Veterans Memorial Building with its disabled service centers for our veterans, the Center for the Blind, and our world-famous San Diego Zoo. Right in the middle of all of this is the park on the east side of Park Boulevard between Morley Field Drive and Zoo Place. It's an expansive, flat, level, free, public, open green space with spectacular views and the all-encompassing wonders of nature and life, and places where families could go, where children could play, roll in the grass and in the dirt. Didn't have a name like all the other sections of Balboa Park. It wasn't named Bird Park. It wasn't named Marston or Inspiration Point. It wasn't named Sixth and Laurel. It wasn't named Lawn Bowling Park. It wasn't named the Pepper Grove or the Redwood Grove. It was always just the park. And it was all better than perfect. It was Shamrocks. It had everything anyone could ever ask for. It was my dream. But then the problem. A few years back, our mayor, Todd Gloria, decided that the park would be a terrific place for a massive homeless encampment with its accompanying nightmares of enormous amounts of trash, safety issues, lack of sanitation, health problems, and security issues, and all the other tragedies that are now part of life in our beloved but crumbling neighborhood. This is absurd and insane. This is a shipwreck. The rest is the sad story of our once great but now failing neighborhood and community, and our beloved park, which for years was just called the Park. It now has a new name, Todd Gloriaville. I'm a patriot. I love our neighborhood and I love our city, and I'm fighting to save it. I have been after our city officials for years to provide us with a safe, secure, healthy, and clean place for us to live, work, and play, to clean up our park, to pave the 2 streets that are the only way through to the south from our neighborhood, Park Boulevard and Zoo Drive, to clear the sidewalks and the bike paths of the homeless encampments so that we can freely move about our once great city. A moment on the bike paths. There are bike paths throughout our city. There are 3 critical ones for the transportation of people who are riding their bikes. In no particular order, there's the Ocean Beach bike path, there's the Embarcadero bike and pedestrian path right along the water between Hawthorne Street and the airport, and then there's the Vermont Street Bridge, which connects Hillcrest with the neighbors to the north and to the east. On any given day, it can be any one of our bike paths, which are specifically designated for bikes. There are no other parks in our city with the massive homeless encampment that we have in Gloriaville. There are no other parts of Balboa Park with the massive homeless encampments that we have in Gloriaville. I have spoken with our terrific San Diego PD. They say they operate at the direction and command of Todd Gloria. The same with our city council. Talk to Todd Gloria. The same with the ADA, compliance department. I'm disabled. They say too, talk to Todd Gloria. The same with the California Coastal Commission. Talk to Todd Gloria. I begged, I pleaded with Todd Gloria. We want our neighborhood back. We want our community, our park, our bike paths back. It was less than useless. It was a massive and stupefying exercise in futility. Todd Gloria governs by the changing winds of social media. Todd Gloria, in our conversations, prefaces every explanation with, "This is not an excuse." Then he goes on to make yet another excuse. Todd Gloria likes to excuse his failures by saying his San Diego Police Department is understaffed. What Todd does not point out is that since he took office, his oath to serve and protect and to provide us with a safe, secure, healthy, and clean environment to live, work, and play, that there are about 300 fewer officers on our San Diego Police Department today than when Todd Gloria took office. And that many of those officers have left because they can't or won't work for Todd Gloria. Why can't we fill these official and critical San Diego Police Department positions? People who want this honorable profession and career, they don't want to work for Todd Gloria. Now, Todd Gloria and his self-proclaimed Todd Squad, they love to run around our once great city, telling everyone what a great job he's doing. This is nonsensibly absurd. Are we to believe his hot air or our own eyes? Things are worse now than ever before, and our lives are being dictated by an out-of-control and unruly homeless population. Every time I go out on my bike, I'm threatened, chased, attacked, and assaulted by homeless people. Our mail and deliveries are stolen from our front door. We are not able to move freely through our neighborhood or Balboa Park. This is not what we bought into in our special compact with Todd Gloria. I have asked Todd Gloria what I can do to help. I got no response. I have asked Todd Gloria what he was going to do to rectify this horrific human tragedy and travesty. I got no response. I have asked Todd Gloria if he recommends to me, as a 69-year-old disabled bike rider, should I carry tear gas, pepper spray, maybe a taser for my own protection? I got no response. I have asked Todd Gloria for a tax rebate, a tax credit, and a reduction on my future taxes because of his failures to deliver the security and safety, that healthy and clean environment that we have every right to expect. I got no response. Todd Gloria, he has no problem whatsoever cleaning up and then selling or leasing or renting our public lands for his own benefit, but try asking Todd Gloria to provide us, the people who live here, and need our parks, streets, sidewalks, and bike paths for our everyday life, and just want to go to the park, to ride our bikes to the beach, to walk in our neighborhoods, to feel safe and secure in our own homes and lives. He's got no time, heart, or stomach for that. Because to Todd Gloria, we don't count. We don't matter. And he doesn't care. And what do we get? We get Gloriaville. Now, the solution. We need new leadership. Todd Gloria should step aside. Todd Gloria campaigned for his job on the promise that he would fix the homeless, humanitarian, and public health crisis in our once great city. Todd Gloria has made it worse. He is not up to the job. He does not know how to do the job. He does not want to do the job. Todd Gloria has been wrong on these crises his entire career. These crises need a leader who will insist on constant engagement with the homeless population, insist on consistent rehabilitation, and be responsible for the constant enforcement of the rules of a functioning society. We want the homeless population off the streets, out of the parks, off the sidewalks and bike paths. Give them a life of dignity. Give them the chance to build their lives and their dreams. These crises are not just going to go away by themselves. These are matters of equal protection, equal enforcement, common sense, and human decency. And all of these matters require leadership and enforcement. We have the resources, we have the facilities. We have huge numbers of people who want to help, to be shamrocks. We have the historical precedent. Years ago, South Mission Beach, Golden Hill, disasters like we have today. But with leadership and enforced regulations, those neighborhoods have been reclaimed, they've been restored and maintained. With regular and consistent enforcement, it can be done, and it has to be done again. Now, I started this quietly. I thought that Todd Gloria would see the light and that he would do the right thing. I was mistaken and proven wrong. Somehow, some way, other people found out about my behind-the-scenes efforts to save our once great city. My efforts have now intensified and are now in the public domain. We are building coalitions of concerned citizens and all the stakeholders who share a love for our once great city. And while my efforts are now public, others have continued the quiet back-channel discussions and diplomacy to solve these crises that are failures of the human spirit. I have been told by these intermediaries that Todd Gloria has stated that he is not going to do anything about Gloriaville, about our bike paths, about our sidewalks, or about any of this. This is absurd. This is insane. This is a shipwreck. I'm a patriot, and I love my once great city. Sadly, and with a broken heart, I can no longer claim that San Diego is the greatest place on earth. I can no longer urge family, friends, tourists, and businesses to come and spend your lives here. I can no longer recommend that people should move to our once great neighborhood and join our once great community. I can no longer say that this is my dream. And I'm brokenhearted. Our friend and leader, fallen and passed now, Father Joe, 2.5 years ago, in his scooter, leaving his office, his center, downtown, the sidewalks, the streets, overrun, dominated by homeless encampments of incalculable size and measure. Father Joe himself could not get through on his scooter. Like me, Father Joe, disabled. Father Joe tried to go around. He couldn't. He had to go over and off the curb. While doing that, the disabled Father Joe, he tumbled and he fell and he ended up in the gutter. And he stayed in that gutter, filled with trash, with urine, with feces, with human waste of indescribable proportions. And he laid there for 30 minutes in the gutter by himself before somebody came by to help him. This is absurd. This is insane. I want our parks back. I want our streets paved and made usable. I want our sidewalks and bike paths to be used as intended. And I want our lives back. It's fitting and appropriate that we're gathering here today on the campus of USD at the Institute for Peace and Justice. I am well aware that without justice, there can be no peace. And when historians look back at the failed and brief tenure of Todd Gloria as our once great city crumbles, dissolves, devolves, these historians, they'll rightly conclude that Todd Gloria, he had a chance. He had a chance to make things right. He had a chance to do something. He had the platform. He had the power. He knew everything. Yet, Todd Gloria, Todd Gloria chose to do nothing.